So let me just ask you this, since we also had Joe Biden come out yesterday with his big concession, I guess, to Bernie Sanders. And I get it. He doesn't have to concede anything. But the Biden basically proposed dropping the eligibility age for Medicare from 65 to 60.
Yeah.
Which, all right, I mean, someone should counter with like, well, how about 35?
Yeah.
But, and then the other was a limited debt relief.
Yeah.
For college. If I recall correctly, Hillary Clinton had a buy-in to Medicare at 55.
Yeah, she floated it. I don't know if it was ever part of the platform, but she definitely floated it.
That's obviously different from getting it for free at age 60. You know, that is, in some respects, it's a little bit of a dream for insurance companies because, like, hey, wait a second, we get rid of the 60 to 65 cohort. Fantastic. But I don't know. I
mean, it's a this will, again, I wrote, this will be in a piece that we'll be publishing shortly. I wrote about this as well, but it's a plan designed to make it look like you made a compromise and not a plan designed to actually like do much to help people. I mean, it helps 5 years worth of people, presumably, but those are the most and best insured people by and large in the country already. You know, like the people who are being thrown out of work and losing their insurance and will continue to be so are going to be overwhelmingly young over the next weeks and months. But the funny thing is with the student loan forgiveness part of it, which was means tested, and it only applies to public colleges and historically Black colleges and universities. And that was the tell for me, because that is a plan designed by people who want to make sure no one who doesn't deserve it, quote unquote, will get their hands on this money. So it was designed with that in mind. And in designing a plan only around the idea of keeping it out of the hands of the undeserving, they left out everyone who's in debt from scummy for-profit colleges. Mm-hmm. like for-profit colleges, like the overwhelming, I don't know about the majority, but a huge number of the people in debt from scam for-profit colleges are people of color and Black people.
And like, women mostly.
And women, yeah, mostly women. So that, you know, it was not a serious, I mean, it was not a serious proposal in any sense. Like there's nothing about it that it's designed to look like a concession and not be, they didn't take it seriously.
Well, and here's the thing is that, you know, the mistake here too is this sort of notion that if we pay some type of homage, some type of tributary to Bernie Sanders, that will be sufficient. And my concern is, and I want to, you know, also put a caveat to this in a minute, but my concern is that it is not, you know, like you say, right now in particular, the people who are going to need healthcare are overwhelmingly, I think, under the age of 50, and probably overwhelmingly under the age of 40. I mean, I think that cohort lost most of the jobs at this point, and they're going to be needing healthcare. And you have just made a sop to really, I mean, in many respects, Biden's concession or whatever it was, however it was framed, was really to his own supporters.
Yeah.
Bernie Sanders won people under the age of 45 overwhelmingly.
Yeah.
Joe Biden won people over the age of 54 overwhelmingly.
Yeah.
You know, that 60 to 65 cohort, they're already Biden's supporters.
Yes.
You need to give something to the supporters of Bernie Sanders, not to Bernie Sanders. Not to say like, exactly, you know, like, we're giving you, you know, Bernie wants Medicare for all. Well, here's 10% of that.
Yeah.
You know, and we're giving it, but you're not giving it to the supporters. Now, I am of the mind that people are going to come out for Biden in a way that they did not come out for Clinton.
Yeah, I mean, they well, again,
Particularly,
we'll see what the election looks like, but I think obviously, like, the stakes are clearer now, and the idea that Trump could win is known because he did win.
right.
But
And I think that's the case. And the question is, will it be in those specific areas where Clinton lost? And I am not I'm sure I'm going to get into a million arguments with people calling in, saying, I'm not going to vote for Biden. And I'm going to go through the whole thing like, well, if you're in New York State, that's, do whatever you want. But I'm going to get sucked into just the stupidity of the claims that are being made by it.
Yeah.
Because it's just, you can't, it's like you're not teaching anybody a lesson, because that's what was supposedly happened with Hillary Clinton last time. And look at the lesson that you taught.
They didn't. Yeah, look at the.
There's no lesson.
They don't know. Right.
Large groups of people don't learn a lesson.
Yeah.
That is a fallacy. The Democratic Party does not have a brain. No, like it's a amalgamation of a bunch of different people with different agendas. They can't learn a lesson. They're not. It's like, I don't know. Your dog has a better chance of learning a lesson than like organizations like this. I'm not saying Democrats in particular. I'm saying any organization like this. It's an absurd construct, but I think people are probably going to come out, and again, I think like that 60-year-old thing was just Joe Biden's way of saying to everybody, I promise you, I'm not going to be here. Like it's going to be a referendum on Trump. I'm not going to promote anything.
Right. I'm not going to have big ideas. You will get no big ideas. But what you were saying a little earlier, like this, I don't know. There's this crazy reluctance to, like, just offer things, I think, and even knowing that the political realities, but like, I don't really know why it was necessary to say 60 and not say 50. Like why that's so arbitrary. But like, why are you so unwilling to just? It reminds me of when I saw people complaining that Trump wanted to put his own signature on the Treasury checks.
Yeah.
And it was like, so the thing you're mad about is that he's doing a cheat code by trying to do good politics. The thing that is making you upset is that he is giving everyone something and trying to take credit for it, and you think that's unfair.
Right.
When you could, like, there's nothing stopping Joe Biden from making promises to people that, like, he might not be able to get 100% of, but he could say, I will fight for them. But again, like, that's not the kind of campaign he has decided that they're going to go with.
It really does feel that they saw doing less as a net positive.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm not being facetious about this. Like, it really, they could have said 50. They could have matched Clinton's, maybe they don't want to do that because they don't want that to be like, it's Clinton part 2. I think they specifically said, what's the least amount we can do that we can get Axios to write an article that says we're doing this on behalf of making a concession to Bernie, and but show, completely signify to everyone, we're not going to rock the boat. That's not what we're about here. This is all about Donald Trump. This is a binary choice, Donald Trump or no. And certainly, it is, right? It is. That's the thing, is that, like, Joe Biden, there's very little that I think I can imagine that Joe Biden could do that's going to turn off the vast majority of Democrats. They already know that 15% of Sanders, supporters polled say they won't vote for Biden. That is consistent with basically, probably what it was last time with Sanders. 12%.
Right. That's just a normal number for any, like, contested primary.
It's probably lower, than we've seen. And I think they're like, okay, a certain percentage of those were not Democrats anyways. We may lose some of those people, but the problem is that, like, Biden's thinking, like, I'll pick them up, in, with some disaffected Republicans.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I'll do that by, if I can't get 15% from Sanders, I'll do it by somewhere else by just saying 60-year-olds.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a little bit depressing.
It is. It certainly is a little bit depressing.